Hello people, so this AU is a fun one that I really wanted to do. So it's about, I'm going to put her name up on the screen, being presumed dead. She is Caleb's mother from Dragon Prince. I cannot pronounce her name for the life of me. It's also primarily, it's going to be a crossover of three things. Percy Jackson in its series, the Critical Role, specifically Campaign 1 and 2, and Dragon Prince. Percy Jackson it's more like the system of how demigods and how the fighting stuff works, not necessarily the whole story around it. Though characters will be mentioned, it's more like a passing topic. It's primarily going to be in Zadia, for Callum's mother is presumed dead. So right now this is more like context and character building, because I'm really excited to do this, because this is going to be more of hyperfixation. But anyway, this is Runon. He's an Ares kid. He's from Dragon Prince, and you can see in the back I am designing his two-headed vulture character named Crean. Workshop the name later. But, so, during the, there was a split in Zadia. It's canonical that humans get the west side at Zadia, and the elves and dragons and all that fun jazz stays on the east. Well, you see here, Moonshadow Elves were from the west. Their moon Nexus is in the west, so they came from there. There's also multiple tribes of Moonshadow Elves. They were ripped from their homes. They had to destroy their moon nexus after the whole decree of humans go on the west side of Zadia. You see, some Moonshadow Elves were outraged that they had to leave their homes. So, about 10,000-ish years ago, canonically before Zim's dad was born, or was it Zim himself? I haven't checked the fandom doc in a while. But anyway, not important. Runon comes from the tribe of Moonshadow Elves that did flee from Zadia into the two continent names from the campaign of Critical Role. Their names are up on the screen because I cannot pronounce them to save my existence. They originally started in those two continents after the split, but then they kind of migrated down to Tal'Dorei and then finally into Wildemount where the dynasty is. Well, you see, Runon stayed in that original first northern continent that his ancestors fled to. And of course, that was the majority of the migration or immigration happened during the whole Sunfire Moonshadow Elf conflicts, since the Moonshadow Elves were placed in a forest that really didn't fit the majority of the tribes and how they were used to it. Sure, they came from places where you have to do a lot of climbing and scaling stuff, but that was mostly jungles, deserts, tundras, etc., like that. And of course, a lot of them did flee, but the remaining Moonshadow Elves that stayed were the ones that are primarily from the two major settlements, and of course the scattered, broken, shattered villages of Moonshadow Elves. Does that make sense? I hope that does, because I don't think it explained it very well in the last video, but hope you guys all enjoy.